What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee&Toys here, bringing you another Mattel Masters of the Universe MasterVerse unboxing and review. Wow, that's a mouthful. So yeah, today on the channel, we are having an unboxing of Mattel Creations' latest release, and I'm excited because I have never owned this figure previously. It didn't even exist when I was a child, and only exists more recently in the Classics line, and now finally for the MasterVerse line we get a re-release of this figure through Mattel Creations, and that figure is none other than Vykron. Let's talk about it. So yeah, like I said, I was able to get Vykron in the mail this week and from Mattel Creations, and Mattel Creations, I have to say, is doing a very good job of getting that window shortened when it comes to pre-orders and then when they actually ship. If you don't recall, back in the day, it seemed like you'd pre-order something and it'd be months and months and months before you even received it. As a matter of fact, there's some people that have pre-ordered the Wondar that are just now getting those, me included. I just got mine recently and I'd ordered it like a year and a half ago. But Vykron, I think, went up like at the beginning of June maybe, or maybe the end of May, and here it is, end of June, and I've already got the figure. I'm getting ready to do a review on it. So kudos to Mattel Creations for getting that turnaround time, really, that window narrowed down. That being said, Vykron is one of those characters you may not know what exactly or who exactly Vykron is, and the story is Vykron is based off the original prototype model that Roger Sweet at Mattel put together years ago. He basically made a 3-in-1 figure that was going to be a barbarian, and like a robot, and a bounty hunter. I don't even remember. It was 3 different figures, but Roger Sweet had envisioned that you would take the armor off of one, you put different armor on the other one, and you just have this figure that could do multiple things. And ultimately, he presented those 3 figures to upper management at Mattel, and they said, hey, we kind of like the Barbarian guy, and thus that's where we got He-Man. So Vykron is essentially the prototype He-Man. He's actually gotten a story now. I believe he's a barbarian or a jungle warrior that lived, X number of years before Prince Adam was born, and he's actually got his own story now. Now, I don't know if he ever held the Sword of Power. Drop me a comment if you know more of the history about it than I do. That's kind of just my rough knowledge of Vykron the character. But that being said, I did get these shipped from Mattel Creations. Came in a very interesting box, so let's just hop on over and start seeing what we got over here. So, like I said, this is a very unique box. I don't even know what to make of it, to be honest. I don't know if there's another box inside of this or exactly how this is going to break down. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw the exact same thing I'm seeing for the first time. So you get this Let's Create What's Next. And, it shows Made in Vietnam UPC barcode. But on the side, it kind of has these interesting designs, says Mattel Creations. And on this side, we get the same thing. Let's Create What's Next. Shipping label goes here, which it was actually shipped in another box, so this isn't the box that shipped to me. And then it's got cue dramatic box opening music. And Mattel Creations, and some, conforms to all the safety requirements. And yeah, it's just an interesting box. So I did want to showcase that off, but we're going to go ahead and open it and see what's inside just in real time, because I have not opened this and either of the boxes I received. So let's just get it open real quick and see what we're dealing with exactly, because like I said, I don't know exactly what we're dealing with either. Very interesting how it looks. So we've got the flap opened, and it looks like we do have another box on the inside. So very cool, and we'll just oh yeah, there we go. That's nice. So looks like we are getting and I don't know if this is the front or back, to be honest. So I'm going to pan up just a little bit so you can see this better. So here we go. We have the that 3-in-1 I was mentioning earlier. We have Vykron in the front, and then we've got the I think this is the robotic armor, and this is the Space Ace, or whatever they call that armor, the Spaceman armor, not to be confused with Kiss. But yeah, very cool. We got the Masters of the Universe New Eternia original designs inspired by classic concepts. And if we turn it around, it looks like we've got that Barbarian style Skeletor in the background. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that is gorgeous. I don't know what this weird centipede thing is up here, but this is very cool. I like fighting the Horde, not the Hordak Horde, but the Horde of Skeletons. And then we've got Vykron with his other armor down here, and some very Strange, almost like Dark Souls looking bad guys, if you're familiar with that gaming series. But yeah, okay, so... Oh, it's just a flap. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to dive straight into this and see what it's all about. I'll pan back down so you can see me open it. Wasn't taped. So, Vykron, Ultimate Eternian Champion. The legend of Vykron's glory in the gladiator arena is known far and wide across Eternia. After every victory, he claimed a trophy, the armors and weapons of his fallen opponents. After mastering each armor's battle techniques, Vykron became on one. I think that's misspelled. Vykron became on one-man arsenal who defeated everyone who dared challenge him, no matter the foe or terrain. Yeah, that reads weird. But anyway, so this opens up. Okay, well this inner box is... Okay, so if you can't see it, that inner box is very smashed. So, whatever, it is what it is. I'm an opener. Ah, okay, so there we go. I'm going to have to... Don't have enough real estate on my desk, so you guys can see it. There he is, and he comes with this cool fold-out, which I'm assuming is behind the package. Yes, so let's move Vykron out for a second. So you get this cool little background that looks, it's so beautiful. It's very beautiful painting. And on the other side, you get this one. Ooh, I actually like that too. I wish it didn't have the creases in it, but I mean, obviously to fit in the package, that's what it needs to be. But that is so neat. That's just a cool picture. If you really wanted to, you could probably get a print of this. Mattel should probably throw that up on their website, because a print of this not folded would look very cool hanging up. Of either one, they're both gorgeous. So it comes with that. And then, like I said, here's the actual Vykron figure inside of his packaging. And I don't know if there's anything in this, but give me a few minutes to get this guy out of the box and we'll really dig in and start reviewing. I'm going to assume his armor, the rest of it's in there. And here we go. We have Vykron out of his package, and he looks awesome. He has a furry white cape. He has a very cool face sculpt. Not a big fan that the helmet doesn't come off, but that's minor. It's rubberized, and of course the hair is, molded. It's all molded into one single piece, but it looks very cool. I mean, and he has these cool shin guards and arm bracers, and just looking very Barbarian. It's what we would expect. This looks like He-Man, but it's not He-Man. So what I noticed, he's got all the typical articulation, and we'll compare him to He-Man here in a moment. But yeah, it's 90% He-Man with a new head and some fuzzy armor, or fuzzy cape, and new armor. That being said, he does come with a plethora of accessories, and I was correct. This actually has Vykron Ultimate Eternian Champion. This actually has the rest of his armor and weapons in it. I figured we'd go through that in a second, but he comes with, this is the, I don't know if you call it the robot armor or what exactly, but this was taped to secured in the box with string, with paper string. So we have this green armor helmet with the turrets. We have whatever exactly this is supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be a backpack or what. The wings do seem to be articulated slightly, but I don't know what it is. We have this gun-looking thing with the same face as the armor helmet. I don't know what these are. And then he did come also with his battle axe in the package. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what else is in here, and then I'm going to show you also real quick on the side. You see what the actual contents are supposed to be, so that's very nice. Inside the contents, it says there's some upper armor piece, lower leg pieces, a gun, maybe some alternate hands, and a alternate chest piece. So let's go ahead and see what's in there. Oh yeah, they're just thrown in here. So yeah, the rest, this box actually just falls apart when you open this. So, okay, very interesting. So, trying to get the last piece out. So he does have alternate hands that you can put on him. He can have a, you know, the typical Fist of Fury. Set those off to the side. And now we get into all the various pieces of armor that he comes with to make all three variations of that original figure prototype from back in the day. So let's stick with going back to the armor. Let's talk about the robot headpiece that looks kind of like a hawk. So we have this, and then of course we have, if I'm holding this right, some sort of armor chest piece that is man-at-arms looking. Oh, it's folded through. That's very interesting. Interesting. So there. So you can see the entire armor piece. And I'm going to gear him up in all three variations so we can see them. But rubber chest armor, it looks like. And then we have what I believe to be arm bracers that are in green with some spiky looking areas that go over protect the upper hand and knuckles. A shoulder pauldron maybe. And another, oh no, these are shin guards. Sorry, shin guards that protect the foot and upper knee. That's what both these are. So you get a pair of them, some body armor, some forearm armor, and then finally you do get, I think this goes to the other figure. Oh no, they're green, so this must be shoulder pauldrons for, yeah, left and right for the same figure. So that's one set of armor outside of the base armor he's already wearing for the Barbarian. And then finally we get the Spaceman armor that has a separate head that you can pop off. This cool full body upper armor with belt, very bright. And then some, again, a different set of forearm bracers in orange and white. And then finally, a gun accessory. So, very cool. I think I'm going to cut away so that I can get him in his one set of armor. We'll review it, and then I'll put him in his other set of armor, and we'll just quickly step through each one of them. Wow. Okay, I just got this guy. I probably just spent about 15 minutes trying to get this all put together, maybe 20. It was quite a feat. But that's the point of doing these reviews, so that I can tell you the experiences I had, and hopefully you won't make the same mistakes I did. Although I don't think I really made any mistakes. But that being said, this is called Eagle Helmet, Eagle Hawk. I can't remember what they call it on Mattel's Creations website. But this is the Eagle armor, I'm going to call it. And it's very cool. So just to kind of take you over real quick, I replaced the Barbarian armor, which is right here. Took that off. It just snapped in the back like any other He-Man armor. I removed the leg bracers, which these were difficult. These shin and knee bracers are very tightly strapped to He-Man. So, pro tip, when you're taking this off, the top one comes off pretty easily. The bottom one is so hard. So what I wound up doing was, to get it off, the lower leg, because it's really tight, I was actually able to take the battle axe. So pro tip, you can use the very corner of the battle axe, press from one side, and hook it in just like that, and it'll pull it right open. So pro tip for you, it took me about 5 minutes to figure that out. And then, of course, I took off his bracers that he had on and put on these green ones. And then finally, put on the chest armor, which these pauldrons are separate pieces. The problem I have with the chest armor is I could not get both of these locked in. I tried and I tried and I just couldn't get it to work. So, with that being said, and then this just plugs in, the shoulder pauldrons plug in, and the helmet, the only thing I can really say about the helmet is I unplugged Vykron's head and I put it up in the helmet, and then I put the entire helmet back on the figure. So, with that being said, got his gun in his hand, got his backpack on. He's a very cool figure. This is supposed to move, and it does to an extent, and you can kind of see his face in there. So this is just a wacky figure, and I probably won't display him with all this, but it's pretty neat looking. I mean, It's something else. I don't know what to think of it. Adding all the armor on did put some considerable weight onto this figure as well, which I'm kind of surprised on. I mean, the headpiece is pretty heavy. And that being said, he's also kind of top heavy. He will stand, as you can see. So that's cool. The weapon's weird. The armor's weird. It gives like this strange Man-at-Arms vibe, so that's kind of cool, but I don't think I'm going to display him in this one. But it's a fun armor. So let me cut back, and I will go back to the Spaceman outfit, his third and final armor set. So stay tuned. Okay, and here is the third and final armor, the Space Ace armor set, not to be confused with Ace Frehley. Now, I've already made one mistake, and I didn't know I made it until I actually looked at some reference pictures. I had put the flight pack on the Eagle Tank set of armor, not realizing it actually, I guess, is supposed to belong to Space Ace. Now, that being said, just to bring it back out here, it has the exact same plugs to fit in that this armor has. So even though the pieces of armor are two completely separate pieces of armor, you can actually put that jetpack accessory on either armor set. So that's kind of a cool hidden feature if that's what it's meant to be. But yeah, here you go. Here is the armor set. This is a separate head. This is not a helmet. It is actually a separate head that plugs in. It is attached via this hose, which I imagine you can probably unplug. I just didn't. And of course, I put on the extra bracers, took off the knee and shin bracers, gave him his weapon. And yeah, I actually like this one a lot. I actually thought about leaving the green shin bracers on there because it was a nice, complementary color with orange and green. So yeah, I like this one. It's not as bulky as the Eagle Tank armor. But I still think probably at the end of the day, I'm going to stick with the Barbarian style because that's really what Vykron is known for. But very cool. I do like it. Like I said, that jetpack piece I didn't realize actually belongs on this version of the character. But yeah, overall, very cool. So I didn't have any issues getting this armor. This armor actually went on very good. The forearm bracers went on very easily. This armor went on very easy. Head popped on very easily. A lot easier to snap these than it was to do for the tank armor. So with that being said, we'll cut back and we'll put him back in his Barbarian outfit and we'll do some final comparisons and my final thoughts on the figure overall. Okay, we've got him back into Vykron the Barbarian, the look. I will say it was much easier to get these back on and snapped in now that they've been broken out of that initial kind of, I don't want to say they're frozen, but you know what I mean. It's just never been removed. A lot easier to get these on and off. So overall, before I do that, let's do a comparison because I do have him nearby. We do have the Revelations He-Man from the MasterVerse line. And as you can see, pretty clean, pretty clear, exact same body everywhere with the exception of the heads. Now, the one thing I do like about this Vykron figure is it's hard to tell because I don't have a lot of natural lighting in here today, but the tan, it's hard to tell, but this is almost like an ashen color of tan. It's brown, but it's at the same time, it's like almost a gray color. And it just looks nice because it offsets this. It makes, the He-Man figure look like a hot dog. Got some Hulk Hogan tan going on over here. But as you can see, it's the exact same figure, just with a different head, but it feels like a completely new figure based on simply all the cool accessories he comes with. And otherwise, yeah, it's the exact same head. Maybe it's because the head and the helmet makes this figure seem bigger versus this extra small head they gave us for the original MasterVerse He-Man. But that being said, just want to get you a quick little comparison there. And we'll just kind of jump into now my final thoughts on this figure. For the price point, this is a figure definitely worth picking up. $35, you have a 3-in-1 figure basically that you can, it's a deluxe figure, and it really is. Once again, just to kind of show you all the craziness it comes with. So you get the Spaceman armor, and that's just me throwing it all out there. You get the Eagle Tank armor all over here. I'm still grabbing chunks of armor and throwing them out. Forgot the rest of the Eagle armor. And a separate set of hands, and of course you get the Barbarian armor in and of itself. So let me just pan down. So yeah, you get all this for $35. You get 3-in-1 figure, a true what I would call a 3-in-1 figure, because I might pick out a second one if they have any available, or a third one rather, because I might actually want to do the Spaceman armor on my shelf. But I do ultimately, I like the Barbarian Vykron the most. And yeah, definitely if you have a chance, I've actually got Mattel up over here, Mattel Creations website up, and they are still available. So if you want to pick up this figure, hop on over. $35 plus shipping will get you a Vykron figure. I think it's a really cool figure. And if you've made it this far in the video and you think it's a cool figure, leave me a thumbs up. Really helps the channel out. Or if you don't like it, leave a thumbs up anyway and tell me in the comments why you don't like this figure and why it's not worth picking up, or is Vykron just a character that doesn't resonate with you? But I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for. I love the Conan movies. I know that was some influence. And I just get that cool He-Man Conan vibe from Vykron. And I can definitely see this man being a warrior. And now that I think about it, it'd just be neat to have him standing there with all this armor around him, showing like, hey, I beat all of my nemesi? I don't know. And here's the spoils of war. So he gives off that imposing presence, and it's just a cool figure overall. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for that live stream. Thank you, subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you get subscribed by hitting that bell notification down below, because we are doing that live stream very soon. I put out a short video about it, about the prizes we're going to be giving away. Lucky subscribers are going to get one of 5 prizes, and then I'm also going to give away maybe 1 or 2 things during the live chat for anybody that's just hanging around. So, with that being said, my name's Mark, this is Coffee with Toys, and I will see you later.